Hey, what is up everybody? In this video we are talking daily trainers from Skechers. Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to 40 Runs. How are we all doing, people? Have you joined the Skechers revolution here in the UK? Let me know in the comments, or maybe you're already part of it somewhere else in the world. Let me know in the comments. Why do I love Skechers? Because they're just awesome. Now, this is not a paid advert from Skechers. They've got no idea I'm making this video. These ones I purchased myself. The other two were sent to me by Skechers, but as I say, I'm not getting paid by Skechers. I'm not an ambassador for Skechers or any of that sort of stuff. I can make videos about Skechers and I can say anything that I like in these videos. Okay, so I thought it'd be kind of awesome today to do a daily trainer shootout from Skechers. They've updated their daily trainers, the GORun Ride series and the MaxRoad, but they've also introduced the Razer XS, which is a kind of hybrid shoe, a sort of bridge shoe between the Razer series and your daily trainers. So I thought it'd be really cool to go through the three shoes today, because maybe you're looking for a daily trainer and you're fed up with Nike and all the other like Brooks that are still making shoes from 1987, and you want to get into Skechers, or you want to know a little bit more about Skechers. So I wanted to make this video and talk about them because, as I say, the new versions are out, and hopefully we've kind of helped you a little bit along the way. Okay, right, so traditionally we had the GORun Ride series from Skechers, which was their sort of staple diet daily trainer, right? Now the 9 version's out, and all these shoes, by the way, feature the Hyper Burst midsole. Now this is a supercritical nitrogen infused midsole. I've done a video about this, about Skechers, the way they make the Hyperburst compound, but it is quite unique. It's quite, it's lightweight, and it's very responsive, and the way they've tuned it up, and these are all slightly differently tuned, but they just, I find, just provide a great responsive ride. Slightly different to anything else out there, so that's why I like Skechers shoes in particular. All these shoes are available on the UK website, so that's the other important thing, because people bang on about the fact they can't get hold of Skechers, and I appreciate that they're not readily available everywhere in the world, but just selfishly looking here in the UK, you can get these shoes at Skechers website, and you can get them at like sportshoes.com, Pro Direct Running. So it's not a plug for any of those. You can get these shoes online over here in the UK, and hopefully where you're living you can get them as well. Okay, right, so where do we start? Let's talk about stats and features of each of the shoes first. So let's start with the sort of new kid on the block, the GORun Ride 9. This has been updated, and like I said, it's got the Hyperburst midsole. I'm not going to go into each shoe in terms of the midsole because they've all got Hyperburst on them. This has got a 6mm drop. We've got a mesh upper. We've not got a gusseted tongue, but we've got plenty of structure around the eyelets. We've got the M Strike. We've got M Strike I'll come on to. We've got Goodyear rubber. It's decoupled, so it helps in terms of the rocker as well, because this shoe has a rocker setup, so from heel to toe transition. M Strike is basically a technology within the shoe that promotes a heel to toe transition. They've all got it, I think. Yeah, M Strike. No, this has got Hyper Arc, which is a sort of version of that. But it's all about that heel to toe transition with Skechers. All these shoes fit true to size, although I would be careful with this shoe. We'll come on to the XS in a minute. We've got a nice pull tab on the back. We've got a heel counter on the back. Although all of these shoes are very stable because Skechers Daily Trainers are wide in terms of their platform. It's £117, and like I said, you can get it here on most of the websites in the UK. Right, then we've got the MaxRoad 5, which is the max cushion shoe from Skechers. We've got a softer Hyperburst compound here. We've got the decoupled pods to help you in terms of the feel from heel to toe. We've got Goodyear rubber spotted all over them to add traction and save some of the durability, because you've got the exposed Hyperburst there. Mesh upper, which is changed from the previous model because it had knit on it. We've got overlays down the side and on the medial side to add some structure to the shoe. What's interesting, this shoe has an H plate. In it, it's a carbon infused plate, which is there to add stability. It does help with the toe off, but it's there also mainly to add stability. It's the carbon plate, or the carbon infused plate, that you'll find in some of the speed shoes, but they've sort of cut it and placed it here to add stability in the shoe, which I think is welcome because of the high-ish kind of stack height. The shoe has a 6mm drop. We'll get onto the weights in a minute of all of these shoes. It's £130 on the Skechers website, but I've seen it cheaper than that. Obviously, nice pull tab on the back. You'll notice I've got a runners not on here, not on here. Anyway, that's because when I'm doing long runs, I've just done a 20-mile run in this shoe. I prefer to have a really, really tight lockdown. When I'm doing daily miles, I don't. I think that's about it in terms of stats and features on this shoe. Right, and then we've got the Razor XS, which is the new shoe in the lineup from Skechers. It's a sort of hybrid shoe or crossover shoe from your Razor series, which are your lightweight, super fast, some of them daily trainers, but more racier shoes from Skechers into your daily training work. We feature here the Hyperburst midsole, which I've said about. We've got a monomesh upper, very racy sort of rest of the shoe in terms of lacing and feel and fit of it. We've got Goodyear rubber on the outsole. We've got Hyper Arc technology, which is all about a smooth transition from heel to toe. There's enough structure around the heel to make it more of a daily trainer. If you compare this to some of the other Razor series shoes, they're more of a racing flat style. In terms of sizing, you need to be aware of this shoe. It does come up a little bit smaller here. It does really cut in quite aggressively, quite pointy if you look at it, even compared to some of these shoes. So you've got to really watch your sizing on the Razor series. This is actually a UK 10 for me in the Razor XS, because the UK 9.5 just cutting that little bit too much for me around my pinky toe. In terms of price, it's under £100 here in the UK and is also readily available. Okay, weights people, let's go for it. You ready? Stand by, I'm turning on now. I'm going to do all of these, if it's okay with you, in grams. And I'll let you work out the ounces, basically because I can't be bothered. I'm being lazy. So let's get Mrs. 40 Scouts front and centre. Okay, so we're going GORun Ride 9 first. 253 grams. Actually, we'll do the ounces as well, 8.9. And then we're going MaxRoad 5. 9.1 ounces, 258 grams. And then we're going Razor XS, 229 grams, 8.1 ounces. So all of these shoes, right, are super light. The MaxRoad 5 is the heaviest, as you'd expect, because the amount of stack and the amount of foam or EVA foam on the shoe. But even in hand, you don't really notice the extra weight. So these shoes, all three of them, are super lightweight. Okay, so let's just quickly go over where I would use these. Long run shoe, recovery run shoe, and daily miles, but more sorted towards those longer runs. Check out my 20-mile video. But also for those recovery days, it's just so soft and so enjoyable to run in. This is your bread and butter daily miles. It's not the most exciting thing in the world. It's not really adapted, I would say, for those longer miles. And the speedier work, it doesn't really shine. But for, you know, do it all versatility, probably sits quite well in that sort of area. It is just a good daily trainer, but it's not got no bells and whistles on it. Then we've got the Razor XS, which is your daily trainer that shifts more towards the tempo end of the scale. So if you're looking to do more speedier work in it, but also pick up some of those daily miles, then this is where to go. Longer miles, it's a little bit of a, it gets a little bit firmer towards the end of the run. So I would stick more towards your sort of daily miles, which adding speed into it. But out of the three, just to cut to the chase, I would recommend out of all three of these to get the MaxRoad 5. Okay, so why am I picking the MaxRoad 5? Basically because as a daily trainer, now we're looking at these from daily trainers, I think this offers the most versatility to a degree. From a daily trainer, I'm looking for something that I can do pretty much everything in. But what this shoe adds is comfort, but also on the long runs, it just gives you that little bit of confidence to go out and put those miles in. So if you're marathon training like I usually am, this is where this shoe shines, because you can do 3 miles easy, 6 miles recovery, 20 miles easy, and then switch to your sort of, you know, your race day shoe for the other sort of work that you're going to do. Both of these other shoes are very good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these. I would say out of these two, I would send you towards the Razor XS. The Razor XS is a lot more fun than this. It's a lot quicker. It's a quicker turnover. It just feels awesome. There's nothing wrong with the GORun Ride. It is just a very, it's going to sound awful, boring daily trainer. And boring's not a bad word. It just does what a daily trainer should do, but it sits in the middle of these two shoes And that's the problem that Skechers have created. And if you've seen the video of this, I said about it there. What Skechers have done is by adding these 3 shoes into the lineup, they've created a problem, I believe, for this shoe, because this is very good at daily trainer into faster runs. This is very good at daily trainer into longer runs. So why would you buy this? And that's the problem. So out of these 3, I would send you towards the MaxRoad 5. If you're not looking for something to really put some really big longer miles into, or you don't like max cushioned, then go and buy the XS. The XS is a fantastic shoe. It's just a lot of fun, and it's a nice balance between, I'm looking at them because they're over there, the Razer the Razer 3 series, which has got, you know, the Elite and all that sort of stuff in it. They're the sort of shoes that are just a lot of fun, and they're quick and they're fast, and you can like rock up and do a really fun fast park run in them. But this shoe is a nice blend between that sort of maniac speed and daily miles, and that's why I would get the XS over them. But out of these 3, to conclude, like I said a second ago, you've got to be getting the MaxRoad 5.